grandmother's parents owned a convenience store in London, Ontario called Mrs. Cooper's Convenience. Many of my earliest memories involve me and my sisters excitedly running from our car, energized after the 2-hour-long ride by the prospect of seeing our grandparents. As we arrived at Habaji's Gage, we would burst through the doors and be greeted by our grandmother and grandfather. Our grandma, standing behind the register, would smile and wave calmly at us as she slowly descended from behind the counter, while my grandfather would stand up from his desk abruptly, rush down the ramp, and plant himself at the end of the store, arms wide open as we ran into his arms and were lifted and swung around. Much of my childhood was spent in London with my grandparents, cousins, aunts, and uncles. Although they spoke some English before, they have lost a lot of it as they have grown older and now speak exclusively in Korean. While my cousins and I speak little to no Korean, the strong relationships we have built with our grandparents over the years no longer require a common fluency. Rather, we communicate with expressions, gestures, intonations, and a mixture of broken Korean and English that has become our own special language. My father's mother has lived with us since before I was born. For the first 3 years of my life, I spent almost all my time with her, as she fed me, took me for walks, and let me watch her as she would do various work around the house. When I began going to Montessori, she would walk me there every morning and be waiting to pick me up when I was done. As she speaks almost no English, she is one of the only people to whom I still speak in Korean. She also represents much of my Korean heritage. I learned about Korean cuisine through her cooking, and traditions such as sebe, which we do every year.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
All my Korean vocabulary is based on my relationship with my Joyoung harmony, yelling out "지금 학교 가요" as I run out the door late for school, or hugging her after a meal saying "맛있어, 감사합니다," and "배불러." While I often regret not learning how to speak Korean, I am grateful for the common language that has been developed between my grandparents and myself, which has helped me get to know them and has enabled us to surpass the language barrier.